Hello and welcome to Elephant English Podcasts. In today's video, we're going to be looking at 15 work idioms and expressions. Cut corners, which means to do something an easier or faster way. An example would be, cutting corners can be risky if you aren't careful enough. Call it a day, which means to stop working on something and finish. An example would be, it was 16:55 and there was no more work left to do, so we called it a day. Think outside the box, which means think about original ideas with a different perspective. An example would be, our boss asked us to think outside the box to provide a solution to the problem. Raise the bar, which means to raise expectations. An example would be, the new boss has new strategies to raise the bar on our performance at work. Back to square one, which means go back to the start. An example would be, the project was lost, so now we are back to square one. 24/7, which means 24 hours per day and 7 days per week. An example would be, it feels like I'm working 24/7. So basically, all the time. A dead-end job, which means a job where you don't have any chance of receiving promotions or improving in any way. An example would be, if you want to stay motivated, it is important not to get a dead-end job. Have a lot on your plate, which means to have a lot of things to do. An example would be, I don't think it's a good idea to interrupt her. She has a lot on her plate. Go the extra mile, which means make an extra effort. An example would be, I really love her work ethic. She always goes the extra mile to help her colleagues. Get the boot, which means to be fired or to be dismissed. An example would be, he wasn't productive at work, so he got the boot and now he's looking for a job. Cut to the chase, which means to get to the important part and not waste any time. An example would be, I have a lot of news to tell you today, but I'm going to cut to the chase. Be on a roll, which means be lucky or successful for a period of time. An example would be, I'm on a roll. So many good things have happened to me at work this month. Bend over backwards, which means make an extra effort to help. An example would be, I bent over backwards for my colleagues in my previous job, but now I'm focusing more on myself. Get the sack, which means to be fired or dismissed. An example would be, she thought that she was going to be in the company for many years, but she got the sack. And finally, up in the air, which means not settled and unresolved. An example would be, we don't know when the meeting will be. It's all up in the air. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.